keep moving forward. So I'm always a few steps ahead of myself. At the moment, I think I'm about 22 steps ahead of myself, but that's it'll catch up eventually. It's only insurance, and the insurance is really bothering them because I seem to be asking the right questions for some unknown reason. And
Well,
insurance is a hard basket one.
you've now
Yeah.
got insurance claims and the other email set up, so you need someone to do that. So,
Yeah, oh, I understand that. But the third one is the payer and administrator.
oh,
We want to switch the administrator, which is the government, to the payer and pay us directly. And that's why I'm 22 steps ahead. That's what a lot of the videos were brought about as well. Because when
oh
it
yeah,
comes down to that, when you have all these issues, like in court or councils or everything else, what they're doing is they're making money. I don't know how out of some of them, but they do make money out of everything they do, and they're supposed to. It's supposed to be for us, so we can get on with life and deal with the issues there are. But what they've done is created it so that it's for them, and they've kindly given us something. Right? That's literally what's going on. So they're
yeah,
administrators, and we don't need you to administrate anymore.
that's
And
right.
you don't have to be for everyone. It's just, but the reason for the law council is it just that's the middleman that you're having an agreement with. It's not about anything else. And I know lots of theories what people think, and personally, I just think if you can stop these people from creating events, the easiest way is this.
Fair enough.
That's my opinion. I know someone's going to tell me I'm wrong, and that's good because then you learn,
Mhm.
right?
Righto, we're starting. Okay, good evening. Welcome to new members and attendees. Put questions of a general nature into chat or put your hand up and ask after we've done the reports. Keep to the point and be brief to give others a chance to speak. Attention everyone. Do not record this meeting. This meeting is minuted and recorded for educational purposes only. All members are in a private trust with an NDA. If you share outside of this group, this is a breach of the trust and you will be removed from the Law Council. The attorney for the trust is the only one that can disclose information as a disclosing part, and all members are the receiving party and are not able to disclose. If you do not understand this, please contact the admin. Now, apologies tonight for Mario and anyone else is away. Can someone move this, please? Thanks, David. Can someone second that? Thanks, Karen. Approved. Has anyone read the minutes? Come on, David. We know you have. Thanks, David. Can someone second that, please? Yeah, thanks, Greg. Approved. Office updates. Greg, you got anything to talk about?
No, not about the water office anyway. I
Okay.
did have another event with the boys in blue, but
All right.
I'll talk about that a little bit later
Okay.
if anybody wants to hear.
Okay. Thanks, Greg. Okay, David. He's got heaps to talk about.
Yeah, I have. On Friday, I went to the Martin Police. I still haven't got my tools, officially got my tools back, my guns, or my firearms license. So I jacked it up with my friend of mine, Dwight, to look after my guns. So him and I went to the Martin Police, and Senior Sergeant Ian McFarlane, who took my guns off me on that Wednesday. He came to the door. I didn't even hop into the station. I got a recording of it, and the first thing he said to me is, "What are you doing here?" And I just said I was make sure that my guns are coming back and they're all safe. And he said, "You're not allowed to be here." And then I said, "Oh well, I'm making sure that my guns are here." And Dwight's going to grab them, and they got them all. he turned around and he said, "You're not supposed to be here for your safety. It's your safety." And I said to him, "Why are you looking at me like that?" Because I honestly thought I was going to get my head punched in, or I feel really threatened. And he turned around and said, "You're in my face." And I said, "How can I be in your face when I'm a meter away from you?" And then he turned around and he says, "You're not supposed to be here. It's for your safety, and you're not allowed to touch these guns." And I said, "Oh yeah, I know that." So it got recorded and sent to our attorney,
Very good.
and I just had to go. And Dwight dropped me back off at work, and then Dwight went and got my guns at his place. I'm not allowed anywhere near them, apparently.
So you've got your guns at your mate's place, but you're not allowed to touch them.
Yep.
That's a bit weird, eh?
Yeah. And yeah, another thing, I got a joker that does timber. He culls deer, and he dropped a whole lot of venison off. And he's approached me today. Well, had to have these stickers because I go into the food bank, and it's Turkington Forestry, and he's a big forestry joker here in Martin. He said to me, he's going to put my article in the local paper. So he's going to asked if I could use my name in the paper, and I says, "Yep."
Oh, that's good.
So that's good, but we still haven't heard anything about my guns. I know we applied at the High Court. So we'll just have to see what's happening there.
Mm. Okay.
So that's about it, really.
Thank you, David. How about you, Karen? Anything to update or talk about?
Nothing major, just briefly, just still recording incomings and outgoings for the Treasury Office.
Yep.
And getting gazillions of emails from Tracy's office recording OIAs, and some of them are being sent from my office. So just when I think I'm caught up, all of a sudden there's some more there. So
Okay. I'll keep you busy.
nothing out of the order.
Can't hear
what
me.
I said. So
Okay. Thanks, Karen. Chris, have you got anything new to add tonight?
Couldn't hear a thing from Karen.
Hello, Chris.
Oh, Chris.
No. All right. We'll leave it to you then, Tracy. Take it away. The floor is yours.
Okay, put the mic on now. I'm just going to go through my favourite thing, and I'm going to go through my emails. Why not?
Okay.
Okay, so what I've done, I've had some pretty serious things go on the last week or two. The insurance claims, we've been hitting Marsh and Lloyd's London, right? Over everything, right? We've got a very serious case sitting in Dunedin Court, family matter. But what we've caught, it's a horrible thing what's going on there, simply because we knew what was going to happen, but so we set up everybody, and unfortunately everything we knew what was going to happen happened. The registers and the lawyers were caught out colluding. So now we're trying to get the police have been involved, and now the police are being caught out colluding. Now that only leads to one of two things. One, well, they've been lying for the first part of their lives, and the second part of it is that New Zealand is a tier 2 trafficking organisation, right? Do you know what tier 2 means? It's one of the top traffickers in the world for drugs and people and kids. New Zealand is the filter to everything in the world, just so you know. All the money laundering, everything goes through New Zealand. It's the first in light, first in time, first in investments, first in whatever else, right? Okay, so we had that one. It's horrendous what's going on in the family court, and many people will tell you the issues that they've had, and all it's done is just destroy the souls of men. That's all I can say. It just destroys. I have no understanding why anyone would do that, but that's what they do. Then we have the MPI thing, right? Now, MPI, we've now got pulled in the MPI seaweed case, right? And I've informed them, and this is really strange. Just saying, this is the strangest thing ever. The Crown was taking them on just over a week ago. And I sent them a letter about insurance and also about the Evidence Act 2006. And also, not only, but also that, they seem to be allowing neurotoxins in their food and water. I note that what they're talking about, destroying the ocean by harvesting seaweed, was incorrect. So they kind of got that pointed out in a very short document. And I think Michael's probably going to put it into messages, right? Well, within on the Monday, there was going to be a court case, but it changed. And on that Monday, Simon, the other participant, and he's incredible. He's actually been curing AIDS since 1990s. He's got an amazing cancer cure since the 1990s. In fact, 80s. Right? He patented his stuff. They stole the patent, whatever, right? Anyway, his lawyer tried to get him to sign 7 new charges and plead guilty, all on the Monday before they put this court case in. And now it's the king, not the Crown, the king. And it's contraband. And you might have noticed my videos have been talking about contraband and seaweed, right? Because this is the case we're doing now as well. We've got multiple issues with MPI, multiple issues. They're all the same. It seems that they're profiting, and I'll put this in my videos too, they're profiting from sickness. Who'd have thought? And what they've done is they have said contraband. And they said in this court case with Richard and Simon, that contraband, they asked for the simple thing, who's been harmed? And they said the state. How's the state been harmed? It's a corporation, right? I'd guarantee you the harm is they're losing money on their contracts or not fulfilling their contracts. Because Simon has the cure for these diseases that they've vaccinated people into, right? We've got the nutraceuticals, right? He's got the cure as well. The other thing there is they've actually done them for guns as well, just so you know. They've done them for all guns, taken all his property, everything, right? Over seaweed, that they're saying that you're destroying the ocean because you're cutting the top bits off, which is a good thing to do because you need to grow more seaweed.
Yeah.
It's not enough, right? Understanding what plants do. Do you understand what plants do for you?
Yeah, give us oxygen.
Can you understand what the seaweed's doing for us?
Keeps it.
Because everyone that's vaccinated, the seaweed is going into the water. The seaweed's giving us the cure. Your plants do it as well. 3 generations, right? And I can't understand why there's people that are on TikTok going, yeah, you can buy a dried bag of seaweed and they send it off to you, right? But you can't buy squeezed bull kelp as a part of it. You can't buy that.
Keep asking if people don't understand it.
Do you understand that?
Because MPI won't let you.
The vaccine, I mean, apart from everything else, made people sick. There's money in making people well-ish. Well, that money, people poor. I mean, I've got a friend of mine who spent, because her husband died, right, got vaccinated, and she spent over 70 grand in 2 months on radiation pills. Right. So can we see the reasoning behind this? Apart from the fact that all the elderly people that what they're doing in the hospitals, they're actually, the estates are disappearing into NZ Health, and they're not accountable for their decisions at all. We've got that going on. It's really funny because we've got all these records coming in, so we actually know what's going on. That was the best thing we've got, is people will tell us things and we go, oh, okay, and we've recorded it, so we have first-hand knowledge that this is going on. Before, we didn't know much at all. We didn't know who was doing stuff, right? Because no one talked about it. So now we've got records, we've got proof of claim.
Nice.
And this is very serious. This is, again, I refer back to my videos, right? I put those videos out, and I know they're AI, I know, but they are all factual, and they're based on our records, our knowledge, and what's actually going on. And it's just heartbreaking to understand that, right? But with the MPI thing, so you got there is a cure. This guy's phenomenal, right? He had 2 patents. They stole them, and they sold both of them for $35 million. It's the same scenario as what they did to Brenton Thor, the helicopter pilot, right? Same scenario. And this is why we take a different stance in the courts, in dealing with the courts, because we know what they're doing. And it's just unbelievably wrong. So yeah, so the MPI case we've taken up, that adds to all the other MPI cases, and we're now done I think Karen would have seen the questions on the OIA for that. It's all about insurance, the beneficial owner, and the syndicates, right? Do you guys understand the beneficial owner? Do you all understand the beneficial owner?
No.
Okay, so the beneficial owner is really, really simple. It's this. And think of it like you're going to the bank, right? You go to the bank and you're the beneficiary to your money, right? You go to the bank and you open up a bank account. You go to the court, you open up a bank account. It's a bank. The court's a bank, the council's a bank. They're all banks. You're a bank. What you've done as a beneficiary is you became a client, a ratepayer, a client, an applicant, a respondent, right? A driver, a ratepayer, all legal entities. But there's a third party there that they forgot to tell you. And that third party votes and claims on your behalf. Beneficial owner. Now, an owner is a what? A trustee. Trustees cannot benefit from their decisions. So nobody knows what an owner is. They all think, oh, it's my stuff. No, you're a trustee. So when you bring in, I'm an owner, yeah, you're just a trustee. You're a legal entity. You're a nothing. So when you bring in, they say you're a taxpayer. No, I'm not a legal entity. You need to talk to my attorney. Trustees are the legal entity. The trustees have told me I can only talk to you through my attorney. You need to listen to me. There's your contract, right? They've got a contract that says the police officer said the minister or the judge can arrest you because they wrote it on an agreement. So what we're building up is that, no, you need to talk to the attorney first. You haven't come into our front door and asked us. The beneficial owner is the trustee who's benefiting from their decisions over us. They're profiting from their decisions. Hence the vaccine, hence the digital, whatever we want to call it, right? Now think about it. Beneficial owner. is a trustee making money out of their decisions over us. They vote and claim on their behalf. And the reason they can do that is because you put yourself on the election roll. There's not 2 election rolls, there's not 3, there's not 52 election rolls, there's 1. And the moment, and it's compulsory, and compulsory is not actually a thing. So it's compulsory to be on the election roll, and you've given New Zealand government, 75% of us have given the New Zealand government permission to be administrating over us. And they pop that into The Hague, and The Hague ticks the box and goes, yep, you can administrate over that country. That's all it is. It's a business. Okay? And that's what we're dealing with at the moment. So we're asking for the insurance, and that they have to expose themselves. We have to know who the beneficial owner is, and we want to know their books. And that's why we're bringing the debt office in, and it needs to jump forward here. All the invoices that you've sent out, everything needs to be recorded in the debt office, because we want to accumulate the debt in our own books. Why do they're all trading in debt? So can we. And we can be whatever. We can be the beneficiary to those debts. The trustee will be the trustee, the attorney will be the attorney, and the beneficiary, of which we all play those parts. When we bring in the pension, you got the pension, ACC, and WINS. Was it the benefit, right? What they're doing is when you sign that form, any of those forms, what you're doing is you're giving them permission to administrate the funds coming in to look after you. When you have medical insurance, I don't know why people got medical insurance, because you can't use it unless ACC doesn't do anything with it. And ACC is protecting the corporations from being sued. They're the beneficial owner. And we're the beneficiary that's been injured, and we get nothing. Someone told me that every time you sign one of those forms, every claim is worth $500,000. The other half goes to the states. So this is why we're doing the pension thing and the beneficiary thing and the ACC thing. We're going to go and say, no, you can be the payer. We don't want you to administrate anymore. I'd rather seek my own medical attention. I'd rather do this. I'd rather do that, right? I mean, if we all had our own money and we could put it into a pile that we needed to, you would. But then, people think that, if you all had all this money, no one's going to work. Well, that's wrong, because everyone enjoys doing stuff. You actually, I don't know what I'd be doing, because I just forgot what I was doing that I enjoyed. I actually loved taking pictures. But the point is, you'd be doing things. Can you just imagine? The world would be so different. And it'd be like, I don't know, cream and ice cream. I don't know. It just wouldn't be what it's got now. We've got a corporate entity that's saying, we need to get rid of, and I believe this so badly, we need to get rid of all the waste that we're creating from all the crap that we're making, right? If we didn't have those people making all that crap and had all that waste, we'd have better things to do and make better things with and create better and, well, eat better if we wanted to, right? But you've got a machine going, we need to keep making this, and we need to get pills out of oil. And I was told that all the pharmaceuticals are made from basically oil. So there's a waste product. So they've got to make stuff out of the waste product, like the plastics and everything else. And now they can't get rid of the plastic. So we've got to eat it. We are the rubbish bins. Okay. So we go back to the beneficial owner. We want to know who the beneficial owner is. We've got audits and insurance claims and syndicates asking those sorts of questions of all these people under an OIA. We've already got Rangatiki being investigated by Ombudsman, and every time they say no, the Ombudsman gets another thing. And that guy really hates talking to me, because he goes, Ombudsman's only here for, administration problems with these people. And I go, exactly, look what they've done. Oh, yeah. So it's what it is, right? So we're getting better at it, but again, we are asking for the insurance, and we've also already got an insurance claim being trying to get processed against the Dunedin court. Okay, so we've got that one going. We've got the firearms one going, and I think I've got 4 or 5 other ones. I've got to look at my emails to have a look at it. So we're doing very, very well, I think. You know, if you guys got more time, or you want to do a couple of hours a week to see what's going on, and maybe monitor an email or something, that would be great. I seen what I do with Karen is I just send Karen a couple of OIAs out, and she sends them out. She asks me questions all the time because, you know, why not? And they're just really simple things. No one knows it's one of our office emails, and all I'm doing is I'm just sending out information, and then someone will get back to me and say, all right, this has got back. This is the answer to this, and I will look at it. We'll talk about it. We'll do a reply and send it out. Usually the replies get done within half an hour to an hour, and it goes straight out. And we always know when they've a little bit upset with us, they don't immediately reply back, because sometimes you'll be talking 2 or 3 times in a day, and then suddenly nothing, because you've hit something on the nail on the head. Oh, we're not going to answer that question, you know. So, or suddenly we're on holiday midday. Oh, we're on holiday till the 13th. So, you know, that's what goes on. So, all fun and games. So, I haven't really done much this week at all. Demla. Amelia, that's Demla.
How do we do?
Oh, you're looking very cute.
Who does there?
He's rested now.
Well, someone from the North Island, dude. We've got a few ACC claims that I might get you involved in. How's that? Good. Yeah. I'd love you to be around for the pension letter, so we can adapt it to the ACC.
Roger.
Okay, you'll see something in there that I've missed. See, this is the thing we do. We always discuss everything. It's not just me; it's everyone else. And it brings a collection in. So we haven't recently done any letters back in a group, but it works really well to do communication in a group, because you know, we're all of one mind, and we all have different objectives, and we see things differently, which is great. How's the kittens?
They're still in there with their mum. I haven't touched them. I've just left them to do their thing until she drags them out for me to see. So
They're very quiet.
Cool.
I thought it was something I was doing because, you know, I was on the toilet and I just, I was like, hey, what does he, where did it come from? Next thing the mother comes out, oh, heck, you've had them. Cripes.
That's cool, eh?
Yeah, oh, I love it. I feel proud, actually. You know, I must be doing something well. The neighbours are going, oh, your cats are so happy, Deborah. I was like,
You've trained a cat to be a mother. Oh my God.
Hey, who does that?
Not me. Not I. I think it's great. Okay, Wim, how's my debt office going? Microphone.
Yeah, you're muted again, Wim.
We're just trying to coordinate it. I'm trying to sort of get Alex on board, trying to keep in contact with him, trying to sort things out with Chris, trying to sort things out with Steve. So it's just a few balls in the air, but we'll get things going hopefully next week or two.
Well, just give us a call. Call up a meeting, and I have to sit behind my desk for the next 2 days, so just call up a meeting.
Well, we're going to have a meeting at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So.
2 o'clock tomorrow. Oh, I won't be at my desk then.
Well, that's right. I'm just going to get him to have a look at the folder that's in there and talk about the emails and that to set up and stuff like that. Once he gets that sorted up, that'll be right.
We need to get that debt in. We need to start accumulating the debt, running a website that says this is the amount of debt we've got, like the New Zealand government do. And we're going to run a debt. And we're going to go, this is the debt. And this goes up and up and up. I don't care how much it is. I don't care what invoices you guys have done. I just don't care. What I care about is getting the debt recorded.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter because it's the amount of debt, it's the number, there'll be a code to it, and it'll just go on a database. And we've got to think about this. We are creating our own debt recorder, just like the New Zealand government. Why not? We are actually the creditor, just so you know, but we're going to play that game. We go, no, you owe us. No, you owe us. And we get more people realise that, the better.
Yep.
You know, and then we'll go one step beyond that. And we'll just keep going. It's really weird to think that I can talk this confidently, but I can because I know what we're doing a year or 2 years ago and where we are now. It's just, you have to have the right mindset. We are the authority. We don't have to go around bossing people around. They're only administrators.
Yep.
For us to go, we're actually aiming to make the New Zealand government the payer, not the administrator, is a very serious thing. But we've got so much records of incompetency, it's not funny. This is incompetency. It's deliberate harm. So, just realise that within you and you go, oh, it's not a problem. The MPI are always stumped by Farmer Pete. Always stumped by him. And when he gets stuck, I get a phone call from him. And I always answer his phone ASAP. Because 9 times out of 10, on the other end of that phone is a police officer or an MPI officer. And he's ringing me up for backup. Okay? And they go. They leave. They know. It's the confidence and the understanding of what we know. That's all. So, let's get this debt office running. It's simple. It's the most simplest thing in the world. Please believe me, it is. Compared to what Amelia's gone through in the last 2 weeks, setting up the debt office is the most easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, we've got a few people involved here, so we've got to sort of get this supplement from Chris. We've got to make the invoices that are going to work. We've got to get a record of it, that everybody's happy with it. It's just coordinating a few people.
Yeah.
And not everybody's kind of replied. It's a little bit frustrating, but we're just trying to make progress, but it's just not happening as quickly as we like. Me and Steve have been talking a little bit.
Yeah.
We had a few calls, so it's just that side of it is going well. The other side it's driving me a bit nuts, to be honest, because I just feel like I'm spitting a little in the wind.
Just ring me up and go, Tracy, this is a pain in the ass. Do that.
Well, yeah,
I've got a phone. I've got a phone,
Yeah,
right? I know how to use it too. I've just learnt. You press the red and green button.
Yeah, no, I know.
At the same time.
But, it's just on us. We just got to get it going. So we will.
If you want me to come down there, I will.
No, that's all right.
Thank God.
Let's just see what.
Thank God.
Everybody on Tuesday, and we'll just get a plan now. So yeah.
It's not a problem. I see that Greg got arrested. You got your mic off.
Did you say I got arrested?
Did you get arrested or you had no, was it you who got arrested or did you get, detained?
I got detained, but I didn't get arrested.
Oh, that's all right. Just detained.
Oh, well, actually, I came
It's an Australian
close.
thing.
I came close to it again. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's this. People want to hear it. Actually, it's interesting. What's interesting about this story is what they didn't do. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Karen's on another call here. Is what they didn't do. Now, keep in mind that, I'm driving an unregistered vehicle. I don't have a license. This time, I didn't actually do anything wrong. I was pulled over for a, what do they call it? A routine police check. Actually, I was talking to Carlos up here the other day, yesterday, and he was actually in front of me. And he drives this old pickup truck, and he's got big signs on it saying paying taxes is criminal and aiding and abetting the government. And they didn't. I was driving right behind him. We'd been at a community, we'll call it like a law meeting that we have every so often, and we came to the conclusion that I was actually targeted. They must have known. They must have driven by, seen that my plates were not in their system. But he was this guy, very nice. They pulled in behind us, and he said, "No, you haven't done anything wrong, and it's just a routine check. But we're a bit concerned about your plates are not in our system." And so I started to tell them, about the law council and why I didn't, why I had those plates on there, and I couldn't give him any information. And he was really perplexed, this policeman, by the fact that I wouldn't give him my name and address. Now, I'm not sure whether he realised that was what he was trying to do, was contract me. I don't even know that he really knew that. That's just what he's told to do. Anyway, there were two of them. There was a woman cop and him, and they were both, they're pretty nice. And I just kept saying, look, I'm not refusing, I'm not resisting, but I cannot. And I did say a participant, although I'm not sure about that word.
Yes.
Sorry, Karen's just talking in the background. That I'm a participant of the Law Council, and I am not allowed or permitted to give you that information. Anyway, so that was the point where he was going to arrest me, and I said, well, that'll be coercion, and that'll be. I actually said $250,000, but I think you're right, Michael. It was $25,000. Anyway, the next thing I know, they came back and they'd worked out who I was. That I was the same guy that they'd picked up, I don't know, about a month ago, and they didn't do anything then. But yeah, it was interesting that all she gave me in the end was it was called a directive, some sort of directive notice to go and get my license. So that was all. No infringement notice, no, charges for not having the license, no charges for driving without it, no charges for driving an unregistered vehicle. Just this notice which said, you're not allowed to drive a vehicle. And I had made a big point of saying, well, I actually don't drive a vehicle. I'm traveling in my motor car. But that's the land, you've got to obey the Land Transport Act. So anyway, I did ask them a few questions about the Policing Act and said, have you read the Policing Act? And we read it. I said, have you read Article 6, which says this act binds the Crown? And they said, yeah. I said, do you realise who the Crown is? And they actually both said, yeah, well, that's us. And I said, well, why are you hassling me? What have I got to do with this? As Tracy said, it's not my problem. And and I saw them falter because suddenly they realised their own, the dilemma here. There was something wrong with their training because they didn't, they just assumed that, where legislation applies to us. And then I think they just realised that, hang on, now that applies to them. And I pointed that out to them anyway. Anyway, at the end of it, having said that I'm not allowed to drive until I renew my license, they said, "Oh, well, you can go now." So I simply drove off. So that's where we are, and I haven't received anything so far. I may get something in the mail. I don't know. I did do a 105 non-emergency report to the police, and I think I didn't change the address for service, the post office box, Michael. I think I put the address for service. The email is the claims office. So you guys will actually get the 105, and when you do, you better send me a copy of it because I forgot to make a copy myself.
No worries.
Yeah, but it was, yeah, I mean, it was pretty straightforward, and I think, Michael, when we were talking about it, it gives us a record, and it gives them a record of what happened, and I think just the fact that we do that, it shows that we know what we're doing. And it shows them that they can't, we've made a they've got it in writing, it's recorded in their own office what actually happened. Names, not my name, but my name never even went into it, although they would know by the description of the event. But this is sent from the attorney's office. So effectively, this is the attorney putting in this 105. So yeah, as I say, yeah, it's the interesting thing was the fact that they didn't take the deal. They did take my plates though, but they said I could have them. I could collect them at the police station whenever.
Theft.
Yeah, so it was theft and trespass, and I warned them. I noticed them. I said, "You take those plates off, that's another $25,000, and for each of you, because that's theft." But they did it anyway. They obviously were told to do it, but that's all they did. And they said, "Yeah, well, you can come and get them." Okay. So, yeah, it was strange, the fact that we were quite surprised ourselves at the end of it, that they just said, "Oh, okay, that's all." That's all. I was expecting infringement notices, or even for them to take the van.
Weird.
But I did make it very clear that the van was not my property, and neither were the plates. They were trust property, and they had now stolen trust property. So anyway, that's about it.
We just got to do that little thing, follow it up, because see, they said to Mario that they can't touch the plates that weren't theirs.
Yeah. Well, obviously. I did point out to them right at the start is that they should know all about the trust. I said, if you guys don't know about it, I felt like saying that's not my problem, but I said your superiors know about this, and I said go and call up your superiors, call your superior and ask him, because they should know about the Law Council and who we are, and to basically leave us alone.
They should know, shouldn't they?
They should do. Well, this is it. They've been noticed. And, it's been publicly noticed. They've been informed. Because that's where what I'm concerned about here is with this new technology that they've got in these police cars now, with their number plate real time. And I mean, obviously they could do that. They could see that the number plate wasn't in their system. But it's going to become more and more obvious. It's going to happen more and more to all of us. If we're driving our motor cars that don't have, if they're not registered, they're going to know about it. We're going to get pulled over all the time. So what we really need to do is to make this stick so that they have, these plates, they put an alert, or they come up behind you and they see the sticker, they see the logo, and they peel off and leave us alone. So that's where I would like to get to with these guys.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do, and I pointed that to them a couple of years. We've been working on it ever since. They're really not happy about it, but we're not registered. We're recorded. The rules are, it's all recorded with the private trust. It's all good. Because if you register, you put that beneficial trustee, and there's insurance claims being made here. The biggest, and as you know, the hardest thing with insurance is bloody well getting them to to provide it. And this is, you have a car accident, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not in the wrong. The other guy that crashed into you is to pay for the damage. The insurance covers that, right? No
Mm-hmm.
encumbrances. Well, the New Zealand government has certainly crashed into us, and that's the insurer. And what we're trying to do, or going through the process of getting them to pay for the damage. That's all.
Yeah,
Really
I
simple.
like your analogy of the government is crashing into us.
Yeah, well, it is. Come on, you know that.
Yeah.
I mean, for me to actually tell the MPI that you've got neurotoxins in the food and water and you're worried about how you're looking after the ocean, seriously concerning, isn't it? It's like, how does that work? Because they forget all these cases that we do, we have all that knowledge. So we can talk to MPI as they're a bunch of morons.
Yeah.
It's not just one case, it's a whole bunch of cases. IRD is the same, ACC is the same, and we need to bring that in the one voice, but with the much knowledge. That's all. Just think about what I'm saying. We're all old enough and ugly enough to work that one out, and we all know what we're doing. You're not stupid, and it's within us. You can feel it in your gut. And the one thing I say to everybody when you're stressing or you're worried or anything like that is you put your hand on your tummy and concentrate on filling up your tummy with air through your nose. And if you're doing that, you're actually thinking about something else. Because when my kids panicked, right, you'd go, right, okay, just fill up your ear with tummy. Put your hand on your tummy and fill up your ear with your tummy with air, right? And that got them not panicking. They started concentrating on something else. And that was the thing. I don't believe in violence or getting angry, and I do get angry. I got pissed off today, and poor old Steve heard me. But it's only because certain things don't work, and I need it to work, and I'm under pressure, right? And so I hate my computer at the moment. That's it. I hate my computer, and I get really angry with it. But that's what it is. Just breathe in through your nose, put your hand on your tummy, and fill up your tummy with air, and then you're just thinking of something else, right? I've told people to go into court and eat an ice cream in your mind. You're eating an ice cream, and before you answer, have a look at that ice cream, right? You think of other things, so you put yourself in another part, but you're not stressing then. You've got the knowledge within you, because whenever we deal with anyone in court, because it unfortunately, when it comes down to it, it's got to be within, right? But what we can do is we can be there, and within a week or two, it usually takes about a month because it's really hard to understand. We're basically reprogramming, but it becomes within you automatically. You just know that, oh, hang on, this is because you know the knowledge is from the council. All the information that you've got is from all personal knowledge. So we've got legal bullshit, we've got all the other stuff that's bullshit, and we have the personal knowledge. And it's the personal knowledge that beats hands down. And that's what we've brought into this council. And it's just every day there's something new coming in. Michael's just absolutely fabricated. He comes up with stacks of paper, like stacks of paper. And he goes, what do I want to do? They goes, oh, please don't ask me, please. But it's just stuff, right? It's just stuff that I've done the day before. Where do I put this? And he's now telling me what to do with it. Thank God. But it's just what I do. I mean, I get a lot of stuff coming in. I put out the knowledge we've got. I use what we have, and I put out questions or statements. And the statements can come from the attorney's office because I'm under instruction from the trustee. And it makes a big difference because there's a contract there. It's just a contract. We've got a contract here. We've acknowledged there's an issue, and we've got a contract to fix it. So this is the issue that we need to fix. The trustees have told me I can't leave until this is fixed. So I'm the attorney. Right? You kind of you've got to be in that position. It's a mindset like that has to be very strong. Okay? And there's only a few that can do that. Okay? And I think I can't praise Amelia enough for what she's gone through in the last 2 weeks. She's had a crash course, and she was actually horrified to realise that they were being screwed over in the court. Absolutely. You know, she's got a big thing to happen tomorrow, so all I can do is send all my love and thoughts for her and all my support. Okay.
Yeah, good luck, Amelia.
Yeah, and there's Alex has been immensely helpful on this as well. You know, and it's just all it's doing is exposing them, right? So there'll be a point where we will expose them publicly as well, not right now. So, you know, we do this because we love ourselves enough to care about what's going on with everything else. Because you can't do this if you don't actually love yourself. But, you know, then you can care. You can really care. Okay. And by the way, Amelia's our one of our new attorneys. Okay. So she's the DA office, district attorney. It's actually Dunedin, but district DA sounds even better. So we've got a few really good attorneys now. We've got the Blonde Bombshell, which is, you know, vote for Dave and the Blonde Bombshell. And I tell you what, the Blonde Bombshell, Briggs's favourite thing is to send things at 3:30 on a Friday because they won't have time to contact the lawyers because they'll be all off early for a drink in the pub.
Yeah, that's what they do to everyone else.
Yeah. Well, you know, so, you know, basically we won't be contacting the Chief Justice Office for Amelia on Friday, but we'll probably do that tomorrow. I haven't done that yet because I want to see what happens tomorrow. So it's really what it is. You got to go like, and you honestly, I mean, if you're not a lawyer, you don't know the system, and it's only a legal system. This is the problem. It's not law, it's the law. It's a legal system. Think about it. It's just a system. These people go to, I sat a lawyer's exam, right? And I passed it. Why? Because I knew the system.
Because I cheated.
No, I knew the system. It's funny. So the thing is, it's a system. So we have a system and they have a system. And what I quite often say is, oh no, that's not our system. We've done this for you. We need to learn. We need to teach you how we do things. You know,
Yeah, we cheat too.
that's how you got to do. This is our system. We have an agreement to do this. We've got records of your incompetency. We need to fix this. You're not doing it. We're doing it for you. Okay, but we can't say those things because we don't want to offend them. We just want them to fuck off. we do. But what we have to do is we always have to be in peace, right? And non-confrontational, which is something I really don't want to be. I'd rather go around bash them in the head with a spade, but apparently you're not allowed to do that. Is that right, Alex?
Yeah, I think it's right.
Were you at the police station today?
I was.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Amelia, with that information that came out later. Yeah. But we did the best we could.
But it just
That's all right.
happens. It's what happens. It's just when someone's caught lying. It's like I always imagine that you got a glass jar and it's a 2-year-old with his hand in the jar holding onto a cookie, right? And they're telling you, no, I'm not holding onto a cookie, but I can see you're holding onto the cookie. Just let go of the cookie, right? And you this is what you're doing with the legal system. It's the same thing. You've caught them out red-handed. They're not going to budge. Oh no, I'm not going to budge. That's what the insurance has done. It's actually upset them.
True. We got some documents back from the police today, but the top cop did see them and has
looked them over. Their council has looked them over. We need to stick those into the IPCA and, demand an investigation. We won't stop just because they do these things.
No, right. It'll go to we'll do an OIA on it, and also it'll go
I
through
think so.
integrity. It'll go to integrity,
Yep.
and they'll put it through IBC. And then it also obviously an OIA again on their insurance for that little office.
Oh, definitely. But
Definitely
still,
gonna
obviously, in the interim, we need a result. Like tomorrow. Best of luck tomorrow, by the way, Amelia. And I'm just hoping that the documents that we put through last week that they stamped, right, I hope they went through and weren't one of the ones that were not accepted. So yeah, there's definitely collusion there, but we just have to be cleverer.
Well, I've said to stick with the one order that's missing.
Yeah.
The one thing. You stick with one, because this is what we've done in court before. It was about the service, right? It was just a one.
Yep.
Stick to that. Don't vary from that. They will dodge and dodge. No, I've asked for this. No, this. And you write it on a piece of paper. It's the one thing. You don't go from anywhere else. That's the first thing. You go, right, where is this? Because once what they do is they go, if you're asking for example, if you're asking for the affidavit of service and it's not there,
Yep.
it's not there, they'll go, oh, well, we did this. No, you didn't do this. No, we did this. And we did that. No, and you've got to keep bringing it back down. And you get the lawyer, the judges, the registrar, all mind fucking you to go away from the thing. It's why you write it on a piece of paper. You have the time, date,
Absolutely.
place up in the top right hand corner to keep your brain in the now. I want this. This is all I want. Where is it? And you have all the answers. The one thing. It's always one thing. You never have 22. You have one. I mean, Jane will tell you when you're saving someone's life, you do one thing first, then you do the next thing, right? But we don't. We get diverted. So we just go to the one thing. One thing. The first thing you need, and this is what I need. Then we can carry on.
I think it's very important to get your outcome, your bullet points sorted, and then go from there. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't feel like hammered over this. I feel like, this is just the beginning. We're gonna win this.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah. Bulldogs don't let go, Amelia? No, and I'm actually a little bit I get quite afraid of Amelia, just so you know.
Yeah, she had a kind of scary vibe.
Nah, I'm a softie.
No, I'm just joking.
Thank you. The thing, it's like when we are idiots. We are all idiots, because when you look at the fact that insurance was claimed on the leaky homes, right?
Yep.
But only a few people claimed it, and everyone else went to lawyers. This is my one thing I'm going to tell you. The COVID stuff is the same way they're doing the leaky homes. So they're going to be going, oh, we're letting out all this information now, right? They're letting it out. There's no way that this is accidental. They're letting it out because you're going to get a lawyer to sue who? And how long does it take for the leaky homes to pay out? It just hasn't. And what was the favourite line? We sent people into the council, not my problem. Not my problem. Right? Because they can't answer to that. And eventually, only a few people got the insurance from claim made through the council. Only a few. It's not my problem. And it really is everything else. It's not my problem. Not my problem. Like if everyone used that with the vaccine, it would have been a doddle. Oh, and by the way, when you got vaccinated, when people got vaccinated, they voted for the digital ID. The moment there were 50% vaccinated, the ID, the digital ID went in. You voted with your arm. That was the whole thing about that, okay? So we will be doing the same thing, and that's why we need to get the invoicing right for the fuel. We need to get that up and running. We have to, because the next thing is digital. We're just going to go, right, you want to do this? Fine, you can pay me for taking my data. If you want to charge me for using the roads, you can pay me for using land that your road is on, right? We've got to take that attitude. If we don't, this is very, very important. So all the things that we're not doing, that thing we have to do. It really has to be done. There's no point in not doing it, and no point in carrying on if we don't do it. Okay? Anyway,
I think it's solid.
it's easy. It's a doddle. Come on, we've got all the systems, right? We actually have the systems. A couple hours from each of you a week would be great, right? Because then we've got a system. We do that. I mean, poor old Briggs spends the whole day with me on a Thursday. We talk about recipes, just so you know, but we don't tell Dave. Spicy mince is usually on the table.
And you probably watch rom-coms.
Oh yeah, I do, and we do obviously live feeds about housewife programs.
There you go.
We have nothing else to do, so that's our Thursday, okay? But that's what it is, right? So let's play better.
Just a message from Brent. Make sure you ask permission to come aboard before you step into the room. Direct the request at the person highest up in front. This is going into court he's referring to. You don't want to be a stowaway.
Nice.
What was that?
Brent has said, make sure in court you ask permission to come aboard before you step into the room.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Direct the request at the person highest up in the front. You don't want to be a stowaway. Okay.
Yeah. Good manners. Always have good manners.
A couple down south used that, actually. Corey. Yeah, Corey and Ronnie.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And they another expression too, and it went well that day. I don't know about the long term, but it went well that day. Yeah.
Oh, it's just that's well, how do you that's a thing, but they're doing their own thing, and we've all been in the background and we've offered this, that we've done these things, but you can't do anything. They're doing their own thing. So we just wait. I'll just wait for the next phone call or something.
Yep.
I think
that's all you can do.
Tracy,
well, that's why the debt office there.
Yeah. Talking about that unfinished business, what about the Marsden Point? I've been emailing you.
That we started with. I haven't got an email from you. I'll check. We started the invoicing system for the fuel. 1/3. So 1/3 we'll accept 1/3 that's okay to pay for fuel. The 2/3 is more. So I actually did a chart, so you knew if you'd done 100 Ks a day, it was this amount or whatever it was. I did a chart, and it's in the system. I put it in our system. It's in one of the chats. Right. So and it's just a matter of an invoice. One invoice. Send it to 212 Dunedin, right? And you haven't sent me the thing to pay for the thing yet. And so just think about it. It was a very clever, and as I say so myself, plan, and it's simple. Really simple. It's just an invoice. The invoice is a fact. Once you post something, it's a done deal. And they can't avoid that, and we don't have to. We'll do an insurance claim on it, whatever. It goes on the debt collection. Well, debt accumulation. Remember, accumulation and collection are the same thing.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Marsden Point group.
That's the reason why I brought that up.
The recording off now, please, Chris.
That's why I brought it up, Wim. That was my solution, because every time I've helped Marsden Point guys, there's 2 or 3 times I've spent a few days at it. I've given them some substantial information and good